In 2017, it wasn't my best year, I have to say. Wedding bookings took a dip, and the following year I think I only had about 3 weddings booked in, which wasn't enough to generate enough income for myself. So I decided to take a part-time pub job, and that wasn't a light-hearted decision at all. I also worked on the side for a gas electric company to sell utilities just to make ends meet. I also decided to add a service to the business, so I trained in makeup and became a qualified nutritional therapist to try and add some extra dimensions and income generators to the business. They didn't work out in the end, but I also additionally tried and do a bit of networking with brides, worked in a wedding dress shop, so there were lots of things going on in 2017. I think the thing is, what I've got to remember from that time is that I still pushed through. I believed in the business, I believed in my ability and the quality I was giving to my clients. So I pushed through and worked through those small obstacles, and then came out better and stronger on the other side of it as a person and as a business person. My most successful year has definitely been 2020 and hopefully 2021. We've really grown the business this year. I think it's been really exciting despite the lockdowns and COVID pandemic. It's been a really exciting time for the business. We've moved premises, we've recruited staff, so it's been really good, and we've focused more on product photography. Actually, lockdown allowed us to focus more on one single area rather than just sort of spreading itself too thin, so it's been really exciting and definitely the best year so far. Being a professional photographer, I think it's exciting and a very different experience day to day. So some days I might be out on location or down in London, or I might be in the studio. So lots and lots of varieties involved in being a professional photographer. And then there might be other days where you just sort of editing or in meetings. So it can be a really exciting and fun job, but also hard and long hours as well. I think the next big step in Picture Perfect is just growing the team and growing the creative element, hopefully growing the studio as well. So I've got big aspirations in the future, far beyond 2021, to really grow it, and I would like to set up an academy to help young people develop their photography skills on that side of things, on the learning side, but also just grow our clients and work with businesses that on product photography that want to be a little bit more creative and really push their boundaries. The end goal for Picture Perfect, I don't know, is there any end goal? I don't think it ever will end. I'm probably going to be still stood there when I'm 90-year-old or something, not retire, because I just love this business and I love photography too much. It's been ingrained in me since I was 12 years old when I picked up my first camera, and I've worked in this industry for sort of the last 19 years since I was 15, so I can't really see an end goal. There'll always be something more to do, and that's what really excites me every single day. Starting out, what was it like? It was really hard, to be honest. I actually started this business by accident. So I got asked by a friend of a friend to do their wedding, and because I got so much experience in weddings from my initial photography training when I started when I was 15, I just said yes, that'd be cool. And then it kind of went from there. Started getting asked to do more weddings, did wedding fairs. But initially, because I was working in a commercial photography studio, and I think at the time I'd left university, but I was working full time for a commercial photographer. It was really hard, but to be fair, not much has changed now. Get a little bit more sleep, might get a bit more like 5. But yeah, starting out were hard. I didn't even have a camera, to be honest. The first couple of weddings I did, I borrowed equipment. So I think that just shows that if you can find a way then to make it happen, then you can make it happen. You don't necessarily have to have everything and all the resources to start a business from scratch. So, do I believe it took luck or hard work to get where I am? Yeah, I think you make your own luck, to be honest. There is an element of luck, but I think it's bloody hard work. Determination is probably the biggest word, and not letting yourself get too frustrated or disheartened. There's lots of times as a business owner, and especially when you're working on your own without a team, that it's really, really disheartening when you get told no, or things aren't going the way you want them to. I think the biggest piece of advice I give to someone is take action, rather than just wishing and thinking you're taking action. Actually do the actions and see it through. Keep yourself accountable. It's really difficult, and it takes a lot of guts and inner confidence sometimes, that you don't always have that confidence to know that it's going to work out. So do I think it's luck or hard work? I think it's hard work mainly, with a little bit of luck in there. Yeah, I would like to think my photography skills have improved since 2012 when I started the business. Definitely learned lots and lots. So in terms of different cameras and different lighting equipment, I've had lots of experience along the way, but technology's also moved on as well. So like for instance, if I get my first wedding album, which is here, and I look at this now, I just think, you know, the quality of the actual photography is not only improved, but also just everything really, technology. But experience does obviously count for a lot, and when you've got sort of 19 years experience in the industry, helping clients create images in all different sectors as well, whether that be in weddings, in product, just dealing with people and project management, it really helps everything. So I think the best thing I've done is actually implement a planning process in photography. So we plan the shoot out well ahead of time, and that helps then with the creativity side of things, because it just allows me to be a bit more free and just kind of go with the flow on the day with an objective in mind. So I think my photography has definitely improved since 2012 for sure. Where do I see Picture Perfect in 5 years' time? Lots and lots of people, high energy, definitely high energy, product photography, and just like maybe multiple studios with multiple different photographers. I definitely want to grow the business more, encourage young people to come through and experience the workplace more, and I think just keep doing what we're doing and keep building our client base, and helping people to get their brand image out there. COVID's affected the business in a way that it's actually helped us focus on areas that, like product photography, that we could do, and it's made me realise how much I value that, and having a focus rather than doing multiple different disciplines of photography, even within commercial photography. I do like the variety. However, the product side of things, you can be a lot more creative, you can do a lot more in retouch afterwards. So like everybody, I think COVID and the pandemic has affected us. Of course, we've been quieter during some months, particularly after tiers or lockdowns were introduced naturally. But having the subscription plan and retained works really helped us, and I thank all our clients for that, for continuing to support us, in return for us supporting them, getting their images out there and their brand out there. So I think, yes, the pandemic's affected us, but we've adapted. That's the main thing. You had to adapt, otherwise you wouldn't survive.